mixing, fixing for another big game. Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Coachman. This is Madden NFL Football on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see running back Joe Mixon coming off a 100-yard performance a week ago, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, the calendar may say autumn, but temperatures are still pretty sweltering here in North Florida. But the good news, the radar is clear. Still, hydration will be key today at TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they'll be led onto the field by their 6'6" quarterback, the former Arizona Wildcat, Nick Foles.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It's too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Foles. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Foles. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. 23 yards, the final tally. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's...
And they'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Mixon, touchdown number 15 of the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, strike up the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely off to that great start, a second straight week.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That's taken on the 25. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Back to throw here. He's got Green. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now Foles off the play fake to Fournette. And connecting here with DJ Chark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Now Foles. He's got his tight end O'Shaughnessy. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. They'll set up a throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it. And the ball drops incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Bengals set to take over that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And now running right through it. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Now they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Finding Green complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green with touchdown number 12 on the year. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that, because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now, start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
On play action, they'll throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards. They're good enough for a Jags first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. He'll drop to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Still going. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. 2nd and 1. And he floated one out there incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of scheme going.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. They'll give it to Mixon. And able to break one a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Bullock's kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin with as good a rivalry as there's been the last decade or so. Baltimore playing host to their AFC North rivals, Pittsburgh. And those two are tied up as they play the second quarter. From there, it's off to Chicago. Check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Mitchell Trubisky has thrown a touchdown pass there. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And it's the visiting Washington Redskins who have the lead in that one. Allen Hurns, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. Fights free yet again. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. We've seen that a time or two over the years from A.J. Green. Long, explosive touchdown catches.
And he is so good at playing the ball in the air and going over the top of people to make catches. I think his teammates call it playing a little bit of hoops or playing above the rim. He is fantastic at it and continues to get better as his career progresses.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
They'll look to throw. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option.
They always say that real estate is about location. Well, guess what? When it's a slant route, the quick ones, timing, timing, timing. Got to be able to lead your man with the football.
And the timing off right there, threw it behind him. The open man is sharp. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. Foles now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end, but it'll be 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Here's Foles. And his throw's going to be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, boy, partner, did that just happen? I've got my hand over my eyes right now because, like him, it's going to haunt my dreams, too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick. But now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The tackle will be credited to Jake Ryan. He spins free, and now running right through it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. A gain of 3, 2nd down. They'll run here with Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A 12-yard touchdown run. as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak.
That's
He
true.
scores 3 times.
Filet,
There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A quick throw complete to Chark. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 11 now. Foles. The open man is Westbrook. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45. Now a hit, and Foles loses the football. It's out. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Foles. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. Foles going to come up now 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Shane Ray. And the return will stop right around the 25. Wow, so wipe out the INT, roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And he completes it to Westbrook. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Now Foles. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Extra point up and good by Suckup as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And I think it's safe to say we know who the game ball is probably going to after this one.
Without a doubt. They're going to stand up in the middle of the locker room after the game, and the head coach is going to say, great performance, terrific, game ball. Right here, going to present it to him. And if he's smart, he'll accept the game ball, then say, dinner on me for the offensive line at the best steakhouse in town. Make sure those guys are taken care of.
Those O-linemen have helped him to 4 touchdown runs. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get your reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and he'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
They hand off to their big tight end, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he's plucked out after a very nice gain. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Cincinnati, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, things aren't looking good. It'll be an 0-5 start, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.